that? Well, we just have the market opening that's kicking in right now. It's not a bad opening, to be fair. It's down but not out. Down about 60 odd points, but let's see how it goes. The Sensex is down over 200 points. So yes, we've opened on the back foot courtesy B Global Qs. The mid-cap index is down about 100 odd points. Bank Nifty as well, down 200 odd points. So the start is a tad bit in the red, down 0.3% for the index. What's dragging this morning is banks, Axis Bank, SBI, SBI Life as well is down under a bit of pressure. And then you have IT stocks, Tech Mahindra, Infosys, Wipro, TCS, HCL Tech are all under pressure, down about 0.7%. Reliance is also dragging its feet a tad bit, so keep an eye out on that. But the losses are not getting worse, so it's still just stuck with about a 60-point loss. What's batting for the bulls this morning is HUL, Asian Paints, some of the FMCG names. Tata Steel, of course, post their numbers. Dr. Reddy's, Ultratech Cement, BPCL is up about 1%. Crude has fallen, so BPCL is up and about. Apollo Hospitals is up about 0.6%. Supply HUL are also in the green at the moment. So you'd have to say it is a start that is going by what the SGX was suggesting, a start in the red, down about 60 odd points, but it's not getting worse as we speak. The Bank Nifty is the one that's dragging right now. Axis Bank is down about 1%, ICICI Bank is down about 0.5%. But otherwise, the market breadth is split down the middle. So let's see how the rest of the day goes. The start is a tad bit in the red.
Well, all right, Sonia, keep an eye on a few stocks. Go Air, they are filed for bankruptcy, and there is exposure to Central Bank as well as Bank of Baroda. So both those two stocks actually have opened up in the red. Keep an eye on that one. Sanghi Industries, the street is speculating whether or not that could be a deal that could come about, because the promoter entity clearly is struggling to run the asset. Valuations, though, that are reported are very elevated. We'll have to see whether or not it happens. But Sanghi Industries has opened up with a gain of another 3.5% or thereabouts. You have Bansali Engineering. I don't know what's going on there. They just announced that they're going to be declaring their results on 14th of May. But Bansali Engineering, in the pre-open itself, it was up closer around 10%. I don't know whether or not that's stabilized. So let's pull up Bansali Engineering, up closer around 10%. But on the exchanges, I don't see any new update that's come in there. Spandana Spurti, well, that's up and about. The AUM growth in the last year was very, very good. And the street appears, they're quite optimistic out there. The management has guided for the ROA as at around 4.5% as well. So that's another one of those stocks that have opened up well in the green. Let's pull up a couple of other names. Ambuja Cements, let's see how that one's doing today. That stock, the operational performance actually was much better than what the sheet was working with. But as flat as can be, maybe some pre-positioning out there as well. And Coforge, a day after the promoter entity lightened positions yet again. You'll had Motilal Oswal, multi-cap 35 fund that bought closer around 0.8% in that trade. It's opened up with a cut of around 0.5% or thereabouts. So it's a start in the red, and as we speak, we're at the low point of the day, just a few minutes into the trading session, though, Prashant.
Nigel, so 80 points lower on the Nifty at 18,070 around, not dramatically different from the opening levels, maybe a little lower than that. Let's just have the Nifty Bank quickly take a look at that. The mid and the small cap indices to just establish how the open has been, and that gives us a reference point. The Nifty Bank is down 0.5. The mid cap index is doing a little better. It's not as much as the Nifty, not down as much as the Nifty or the mid bank index, and the small cap index also, I think, is doing a little better. Those indices, by the way, yesterday were up around 1%, even as the Nifty did pull back into close. Okay, a few other names. RVNL, right? So we've been talking about this absolutely crazy rally we've been seeing in RVNL, and the move continues on RVNL. From the end of March, the stock has basically doubled RVNL. So this is quite incredible what we've seen in RVNL over April and this month so far. Indigo we mentioned, but look at IRFC again. Just complete momentum names here now. 1.6, 1.7% higher. I'm seeing RailTel, which is up about 2.5%. So this entire railway infrastructure pack is, coming up with very strong volumes once again. Varun Beverages is up about 2.25%. Stocks at about 1446 now. BPCL is up 1.6%. Spandana we mentioned. Aavas Financiers is another one, which is up about 3.25%. That is Aavas at 1445, 1446. So refineries are doing well. So there is BPCL. HPCL is up about 3% as well. Chennai Petro is up about 1.5%. This is, of course, the fall in oil that we've seen. MRPL is up about 3% as well. So there is a very distinct bunch of names which is moving up. CET had a very sharp move last Friday. Stock ended about 9% higher, then pulled back over the last 2 days. But stock's up about 2% or so at this point in time. And on the way down, I think apart from what we've already mentioned, there's not very much. Maybe PSU Banks is something to focus on. Bank of Baroda is down. There is Central Bank of India, Central Bank is down a full 5%. UCO is down 3%. Union is down about 2%, and so on and so forth. So that's broadly the picture. Market breadth is almost 1:1. Little tilted in favor of advances.
Just one point, Prashant, we are highlighting Bansali Engineering. In the release, they've also mentioned they'll consider a bonus issue besides the results. So that's the reason why, in fact, the stock is up close to 9%. And JSW Steel, well, this release has just come in there. Small investment they're making, $145 million into their US business out there to upgrade the manufacturing operations. So we'll wait for the numbers and find out what more they want to do. But Sonia.
Okay, yes. I just want to mention Indigo is now up 6.5%. Yes. There is this whole talk about how now the aviation sector could head into a duopolistic structure. Now there are just two big players. There's Interglobe Aviation and there's Air India. And they both have niches of their own. Interglobe is largely into the LCC space. Air India is a full service provider. So, they both will, in a duopolistic structure, there is a lot that the two players have to benefit from. And gaining market share from Go First is, of course, getting priced in. But this is a larger story, I think a structural story for Interglobe that a lot of people are looking at. So perhaps.
Interglobe and Tata's on the other side, right? With all their airlines probably into one fold at some point in time, as we've been kind of discussing.